Namaste. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Kristyn, and in today's short practice, I'm going to be guiding you through a restorative yoga and yoga nidra experience to celebrate the waning moon. And so for today, you might reach for a yoga mat, a blanket. You might take an extra blanket or pillow for in behind the head. If you have bolsters at home, you might reach for one or even two. And just taking a few moments here, you might set the tone of your space, perhaps dimming down the lights, lighting a candle or some incense, perhaps putting on some soothing or relaxing music. And when you are ready, we'll begin in Shavasana. So coming down onto the back of the body. And from there, you might extend the arms and the legs out nice and long, taking up as much space as you need. Or if you're looking for a little bit more support for the low back or the lumbar spine, you might find a pose of constructive rest by taking the knees bent, the feet wide, and gently knock the knees together. Or you can take a pillow or a bolster in behind the knees. And just making any final adjustments here so that you could become even just 1% more comfortable. Perhaps reaching for an eye pillow or covering. And closing down through the eyes, relax the jaw. And just take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And a long, relaxed exhale through the mouth. Good. Again, a deep breath in. And a deeper breath out. One more. Beautiful breath. And just allow the whole body to become heavy. Relaxing back and down and onto the earth. Begin to invite all of your awareness and your breath down and into the physical body. Sensing the support of the earth beneath the back of your body. Noticing all of the contact points where your body meets the earth. And at each of these points, could you welcome in a sense of softening, a sense of releasing or letting go. With each breath, each exhale, welcoming in a sense of letting go. As we rest here under the wisdom of the waning moon, the waning gibbous moon, we've entered into this phase within the lunation cycle, a phase of letting go. After surpassing the tipping point of the full moon, now it is time to rest. This is an invitation for us to turn inward, to slow down, to reflect upon the things that worked for us well thus far, but also to let go of the things that did not. It invites us to trust the universe, to trust our inner sense of self, and to let go of what's no longer needed here. And so each breath, just welcome in this sense of letting go. Perhaps letting go of tension in the physical body. Untangling any tension or thoughts that might be lingering in the mind. Letting go of any tension or rigidity or resistance around the heart space. Untangling any tension within the nervous system. But also welcoming in a deeper universal sense of surrender or letting go. Ishvara Pranidhana. Letting go of what's no longer serving you here in this moment. I invite you to take a gentle breath in through the nose and a long, relaxed exhale through the mouth. And inviting your attention down to your fingers and your toes, very gently begin to wiggle fingers and toes. You might nod your head a little bit from side to side, just taking it nice and slow and honoring the waning moon phase. Slowing down and taking as much time as you need within the postures, but also within the transitions in between postures. You might start to find some little rotations in the ankles and the wrists. And on your next breath in, gently sweep your arms up and overhead. And just take a gentle stretch here. You might interlace your fingers, press your palms away from you, point your toes, or even flex the feet and enjoy a nice long stretch, letting out any moans or groans. Relax your arms down by your sides, and one by one begin to bend the knees and hug the knees up and into the chest, coming into little boat pose. Grounding into the back of the body, just begin to rock the knees gently from side to side. Massaging out the low back sacral area. You might even start to trace your knees in the shape of a circle, just gently moving in one direction, as if you were tracing the shape of the moon on the ceiling. And then organically starting to move in the opposite direction. There's no rush. Perhaps introducing movement with breath or meditation and movement. Good. Slowly draw the knees to center. And as you inhale, take the knees wide apart into external rotation. And then exhale to spin them around and back together again. And we'll just do this a couple of times. Inhale, knees open wide. Exhale, back and around. And again, when you feel ready, moving in the opposite direction. Good. Bring the knees to center, and you might use one of your feet to just gently slide any props that you might have had behind the knees off to one side, just keeping them close by and within reach. Bring your feet down to the earth. And from here, take your arms open wide into the shape of a T. And then flip your palms to face the sky. As you inhale, sweep the arms, fingertips up towards the waning moon above you. Exhale, bend the elbows. Hands come to find opposite elbows. Heel toe your feet as wide as your mat. Take a nice deep belly breath in. On the exhale, bring the knees over to the right and draw the elbows across your chest over to the left, and you might even gaze over towards your left hand. Inhale, float up to center, and exhale, knees to the left, drawing the elbows and your gaze over to the right. We'll just do this a couple of times, flowing from side to side. Good. When you feel complete, find your way back to center. Relax your arms down by your sides. Bring your feet hip width. And then again, sweep your arms out to the sides. This time, palms face the earth, so you're grounding into the palms. Press into your feet and shift your hips up and over to the right. And then naturally let your knees fall up and over to the left. So we'll come into a supine twist. Reaching for a pillow or a bolster, take the pillow or the prop in between the knees or underneath both knees. Maybe both. Ensuring that the low back feels supported here and that you're grounding through the upper back body. From there, you might inch your shoulder blades and your head a little bit closer to the top of your mat to lengthen through the spine. And then bring your gaze over towards the right hand thumb to encourage and invite the cervical spine into the twist. Taking as much time as you need to find stillness here. Ensuring that the physical body feels supported, held, and comfortable. Closing down through the eyes. Relaxing the jaw. You're just beginning to welcome in the companionship of your breath here. If having both knees bent and stacked doesn't feel supportive for you today, please know that you are welcome to extend the left leg long and just have the right knee resting on a block or a bolster. And of course, if you feel called to take any other shape, know that that's okay too. Listening to your body. Trusting that the body knows what it needs. As a gesture of trusting in the wisdom of this phase of the lunation cycle. Trusting in what has served you well, but also trusting that it's okay to let go of what's no longer needed here. And again, as you welcome in each breath, welcome a sense of surrender or letting go with each exhale. For within the shape of a twist, you might consider it as a natural wringing out effect. Letting go. Letting go. And you might choose to stay a while longer, just in honor of this timing of this practice. When you feel ready and not a moment sooner, take a deep breath in. And exhale your awareness down to the tips of your fingers and your toes. Start to gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then very, very slowly, with as much time and as little effort, start to bring your gaze back to center and float the knees back up to center. You're welcome to take your prop with you. Take a moment here to realign the spine. And as you find a sense of your midline, you might feel called to explore a little bit of gentle movement, something that feels good in response. Maybe floating the knees or the shins side to side, maybe taking a long stretch. But when you're ready, we'll come to the other side. So as you ground into your feet, gently shift your hips up and over to the left and naturally let the knees fall and surrender over to the right. Again, you might take a pillow or a cushion underneath both knees or in between the knees or both. Lengthening through the spine and then perhaps gazing over towards your left hand thumb. Closing down through the eyes. Returning home to your breath. Continuing to make any final micro adjustments with the knowing that this side might feel a little bit different than the other side. For we are naturally asymmetrical beings. And just trusting that our bodies will tell us what we need. Settling into the healing quietude of stillness. And welcoming in the somatic sensation or the feeling tones of letting go. And as you rest here, welcoming in this sense of letting go into your practice, might you consider ways in which you could honor this in your waking or daily life? In what ways could you honor this waning moon wisdom in your waking life? How might you introduce this wisdom into your daily routine during this time within the lunation cycle? And we'll just be here for a few more cycles of breath. Again, with the invitation for you to stay. You can always catch up. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Long, relaxed exhale through the mouth. Only when you feel ready, you might start to remove your props. Gently, gently float yourself back up to center. Realign the spine and again, explore a little bit of movement. Or perhaps you feel called to find stillness. Maybe little boat pose or a gentle stretch. Anything that you might need before settling into the stillness and the medicine of Shavasana for a short practice of Yoga Nidra. When you feel ready, reaching for any props that you might need. You might take a pillow in behind the head, perhaps a bolster in behind the knees. If you have blocks, you might take a block on either side of the physical body to support the hands or even the forearms. You might reach for a blanket to place over top of the body. You might even tuck yourself in, reaching for an eye pillow, taking time to build your little yoga nidra nest. And then finding stillness. Allowing the eyes to become heavy. Relax the jaw. Letting go of any expression that might be left on the face. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. And returning the breath back out. On the next inhale, take 2 sips of air in through the nose. Long, relaxed exhale through the mouth. Again, 2 sips in. And 1 breath out. The physiological sigh. 1 more. Exhale, letting it all go. Welcoming in the natural undercurrent of your breath now. Knowing that there's nothing that you need to do. Nowhere that you need to go. And the Mother Moon, La Luna, invites us to slow down, to turn inward, to let go. And there's this major shift in gears from doing, from taking action, to just being. You might begin to welcome in a wave of relaxation from the crown of your head all the way down to the tips of your fingers and your toes. A wave of relaxation from the crown of your head down to the tips of your fingers and your toes. Sensing the earth beneath the back of your body. Notice its density. Even the gentle magnetic pull of the earth's core. But also notice the front hemisphere of your body in a sense of spaciousness or openness. Sensing the gentle touch of air against the skin. You might imagine, visualize, or even sense moonbeams touching the skin, the surface of the body. The moonlight, the delicate moonlight of the waning gibbous moon. Just welcoming in the medicine of deep rest here and now. Each exhale, letting go, letting go. As if your body could sink 1 inch deeper down into the earth beneath you with each breath. Or as if the boundary of the physical body could dissolve with each breath. And inviting your awareness now down and into the center of the chest, the heart center, as we call upon a sankalpa. You might introduce your primary sankalpa or a secondary sankalpa. Or perhaps you use the phrase, I am letting go, and I trust that the universe supports me. I am letting go, and I trust that the universe supports me. Calling it in like a mantra or a mental whisper 3 times alongside 3 breaths. Calling upon your sankalpa, affirming it as if it existed here and now. And as you rest, we'll begin a rotation of consciousness throughout the physical body, drawing your awareness to each point as it is called. Awareness saturating each point as you welcome in a sense of letting go, softening, releasing. And as your awareness moves, you might imagine a radiant orb of white healing light at each point, as if your awareness was illuminating a constellation of stars within the physical body. Inviting all of your awareness now to the mind's eye center, the clearing between the eyebrows. Visualize or even sense a healing point of white moon light at the center of the forehead. Smoothing out the eyebrows, the temples, softening the cheekbones, sensing the radiant orbs of the eyes, warm and heavy, the tip of the nose, radiant point of light, and sensing the flow of air within the nostrils. Sensing the tip of the tongue and the root of the tongue, the tip of the chin, luminous point of light, and relaxing the whole lower jaw. Sensing the ears, in the outer folds of the ears, and inviting your awareness deep within the ear canals. Notice the ears already listening. Drawing your attention down and into the back of the throat, a point of white healing light, center of the chest, the heart center, the radiant heart center. Dividing your attention now into both collarbones, both shoulders as luminous points of light, both elbows, center of the wrists, palms of the hands, and backs of the hands, thumbs, first fingers, second, third, little fingers, sensing the tips of the fingers as luminous points of white light. Inviting your awareness back to the heart center, the solar plexus, the navel center, the low back or sacrum. Dividing your awareness into both hips, knees, ankles, heels, soles of the feet, tops of the feet, big toes, all the way to the baby toes. Sensing all 10 toes as healing points of white moonlight. Sensing both feet simultaneously, both legs, the whole torso, both arms, hands, and the whole neck and head. Awareness and breath resting in the whole body now. The whole body deeply resting. A constellation of sensations radiating throughout the whole body. Multi-dimensional vibration. Noticing sensations already present in the whole body. Simply just drawing your awareness to it. Anamaya kosha, the physical body, resting deeply now. And within the stillness and the medicine of deep rest, notice the already present rhythm of your breath. The breath, like waves in the ocean, softly rolling in and rolling back out. like the gentle magnetic pull of the moon, like the swell of the ocean's tides, as breath energy rolls in and rolls back out, completely effortless in the breath. And just welcoming each exhale to carry you deeper and deeper into relaxation, into the deep rest that you deserve, into the deep rest that you are worthy of. And allow yourself to rest here as pure, witnessing presence. As if your awareness was as vast open as the ocean, stretching far and beyond, resting as pure, spacious awareness. And as you rest, begin to call upon your sankalpa. I am letting go, and I trust that the universe supports me. Planting it like a seed into the depths of the subconscious mind, resonating with the wisdom of La Luna, the mother moon. And just continuing to bask in the essence of the waning gibbous moon, and the energy in the air around you, and the essence of the moon within you. Begin to invite your attention down and into the back of the body, sensing the earth beneath you, and the sky above you, and where you exist in the between. Drink in a deep breath through the nose. Exhale an audible sigh. Again, a deep breath in. And a deeper breath out. One more. And before you begin to move the physical body, just take a moment here to reflect upon how you feel. Noticing how you feel in the physical body. Notice how you feel energetically, the quality of the mind, the nervous system, the heart. Just basking in the essence of the relaxation you may have cultivated here today. And just knowing that these feeling tones exist within you always. Sometimes it just takes a little remembering. And as we follow along and absorb the essence of the moon, she reminds us to slow down, to turn inward, to recharge. When you are ready, you might start to wiggle the fingers and toes. Maybe offer a gentle stretch. Again, there is no rush. You might feel called to remain on the back of the body. Or if you're making your way up to seated, we will simply close our practice together by taking the palms together in front of the face. I'm just starting to vigorously rub the palms together. Taking warm palms over top of closed eyes for a deep breath in. And a deeper breath out. Peeling the palms away and taking the hands together at the heart. Gentle bow to the heart is an offering of gratitude. Taking this time to extend gratitude and love to yourself, to everyone else who shared in this practice, to the lands that we practice on, the ancient traditions we borrow these practices from, and to our teachers, past and present and future, and to the wisdom of the Mother Moon, La Luna. Namaste.